Good evening with the Lime Sports World. I'm Damien Best. All they needed was 1 point for the title, but in the end, Flo's Century Brokers Deacons got the full 5 points in their win over Freaks Customs Chargers, and they are now officially the Goddard Enterprises Division 1 Women's Volleyball Double Crown champs. In last night's victory at the Wildy Gym, Deacons beat Chargers in 4 sets, 25-21, 25-18, 18-25, 25-20 to win the league title with a maximum 55 points from a perfect 11-0 record. Earlier in the season, Deacons women also won the knockout, and Captain Mona Crawford said the 2 titles were as a result of doing the right things.
We just knew we had a job to do, and from the very beginning we knew what the goal was, and we just made sure stick on that path, and it paid off. It wasn't an easy road, but we just did what we had to. We listened to the coaches as one of the most important things as a team that you have to do. And we played as a unit. It was not just one person. It was 6 people at all times. And then we had the support also of our subs.
What about going forward?
Well, we hope that some more youngsters come so that the old veterans could retire at some point. But we're still developing as a team, and we'll probably, as we are right now, have a couple more years as we are right now.
Riders Rockets ended second to Deacons after stopping Club United 25-22, 25-21, 25-20. Meanwhile, the already crowned men's champs Chargers wrapped up a perfect 2013 by playing unbeaten in both the knockout and the league. Last night they won their final league game against second place Coverley Medical Center Deacons, coming back from 2 sets down to take it 23-25, 12-25, 25-19, 25-16, 15-10. Progressive confirmed their 3rd spot with a win over Cormier 26-24, 25-19, 23-25, 25-16. Well, veteran batsman Shivnarayan Chanapal is on the verge of another first-class 100 as the West Indies had a good opening day of their tour match against Uttar Pradesh in Kolkata, India. The Windies electing to bat were 333 for 4 when bad light brought an end to play. Chanapal is unbeaten on 91 while Narsin Dunarain is on 83. Those two have put on 170 runs so far for the 5th wicket. Earlier, the Windies lost Chris Gale for 18, Kieran Powell for 64, and Darren Bow for 61. Then shared a 2nd wicket partnership stand of 112. Marlon Samuels, he added 12 runs. Defending champs Wesley Hall have moved to a perfect 3-0 in the Guardian General Herman Griffith Primary School's cricket competition. In a rescheduled game today at Passage Road, Wesley Hall dismissed Grisettes for just 16, with Jaleel Crookendale taking 5 for 6. The King Street cricketers then got to the target without any issues, scoring 17 without loss to win by 10 wickets. Christchurch East Central have moved to the top of the Richard Clark zone and St. Michael West Central to 2nd in the Sherlock Wall zone after each registered big wins in the David Thompson Memorial Football Classic. CBC's Shane Jones reports on the action from Belfield.
Christchurch East Central in blue taking on St. James Central, and this was a top-class strike from Jabari Chandler. Jamal Chandler had already scored. It's 2-0. 2 minutes later, Jamal got his brace, powerful strike past the goalie, 3-0 in the 28th minute. Christchurch East Central did not let up. Alex Hackett poaching at the back door. That's 4 at half-time. Change of ends made no difference. Jamal Chandler got his hat-trick in the 53rd. That's 5 now. Khalees Gill converted a penalty to make it 6 before Troy Ragbeer collected this through ball and placed it past the goalie to put Christchurch East Central up 7-0 in the 64th. And it wasn't over yet. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Keon Harding made it 8. 75th minute, Jesse Turton. That's 9. 5 minutes later, he got his brace. Then it was hat-trick time for Khalees Gill. This was more than a wash-off. And get Breck up. 12-0, the full-time score. On to the other game. St. George North and Green opened the scoring against St. Michael West Central when Argyle Richards headed home in the 17th. The equalizer came 7 minutes later. Keeper couldn't stop this from Henderson Richards. 1 apiece. And St. Michael West Central went ahead the very next minute. Richards getting his brace from point-blank range. 2-1 at the break. Early in the second half, Christopher Adderley's glancing header gave St. Michael West Central some breathing space. 5 minutes after that, Richards stayed calm in front of goal to secure his hat trick. 4-1 now. And in the 67th, Ronaldo Best got this one on a platter to make it 5-1. Richards wasn't finished. He maneuvered through traffic to get his beaver trick. Good low strike. Shane Herman scored a penalty to make it 6-2 before Akeem Shori converted a messy one to leave the scoreline at 6-3. Shane Jones, CBC Sports.
Barbados have won their first game of the inaugural Northern Ireland International Netball Festival, beating St. Lucia on the opening day. And the Bajan netballers had no problems with their Caribbean neighbours in defeating them by 18 goals, 51-33. In the other opening game of the quadrangular tournament, host Northern Ireland had an even easier time in beating Botswana 54-23. Tomorrow it will be Barbados against Botswana and Northern Ireland versus St. Lucia. Well, the countdown is on for this weekend's Darcy Beckles Invitational Bodybuilding Classic at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Centre. Some keen competition is expected in all 5 of the categories: Men's Open Classic, Invitational Classic, Men's Physique, Women's Figure Competition and Women's Bikini Fitness. Tonight, we focus on 2 competitors representing the Valley Fitness Zone. Fresh from a second-place finish at the CAC Championships in Dominican Republic and a victory at Nationals in August, Marlon Dutton says he's in tip-top shape for the Darcy Beckles Classic and will be bringing his A game in the men's physique.
Training has been hard. I've been putting a lot of extra work, trying to work on the weaker areas, trying to improve on weaker areas that I would have always seen in the past. In my opinion, not been too strong on, but at the same time, yeah, I think training is coming well. Dieting a lot as well, trying to diet as hard as possible, trying to watch the water levels and stuff like that. So yeah, right now everything is pretty much on track. I'm doing a lot of extra work on my back, trying to put in extra work on my calves. Yeah, that's about it.
Men's physique has definitely taken off in Barbados, and it's a diversion from the hardcore bodybuilding competition. And the judges will be looking for fit contestants who display proper shape and symmetry combined with muscularity and overall condition. Dotton knows there's no room for a lack of sharpness, with a number of challengers fighting for the top prize.
Well, Maurice is always the person to have your eyes on. Maurice is always sharp, always in good condition. Omar Ben, he's been improving from competition to competition. He's right on the nose right now, so those are the 2 main guys that I know give me this competition that I've got to hope for.
Leandra Linton has been a consistent performer in the ladies' bikini fitness section, but has never tasted victory. This time around, Linton believes she's in line for a top 3 finish.
I'm preparing for the event with just doing some cardio, weight training, special dieting. Well, this is going to be my 5th show. Yeah.
Compared to the last time, do you think that your form is a bit different? Well, tell us about your past and how has that gone for you?
Okay, well, my past, each time I compete, have been improving, and I've been looking forward for improvement all the time. To do an event, like they say, you have to get your mind right. You have to get your mind set right. Have to put in the hard work. It's not come easy. You have to put in hard work. Then have the dieting and stuff. That's basically about it.
So the competitors from the Valley Fitness Zone are ready, and I'm sure you won't want to miss the 5th edition of the Darcy Beckles Classic.